and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different here. So a lot of you are stepping out into a new chapter of your life. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some cards of guidance for what you can expect and all the different energies at play from the tarot. I'm also going to take 3 cards today from the Signs of the Time Oracle deck. So let's find out what the circle needs to know today. I'm not going to do the intro today because I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a longer reading. Okay, so the cards that fell out were the 6 of Wands, we have the 8 of Cups, we have the 8 of Swords, we have the 5 of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the 2 of Pentacles, we have the Star, and the Fool. On the bottom of the deck, the Magician. Let's see what 3 cards we get from the Signs of the Time Oracle deck. We have Chance, Dice, Angel number 19, Succulence, Resistance, Angel number 38. Wait a minute. Resilience, not resistance, sorry. We have the Knot, Relationships, Angel number 35. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Skull, which has to do with endings, and Angel number 29. All right. So a lot of you have received some sort of victory, or you're about to receive some sort of victory if you haven't already. That's going to incite a major change in a new chapter in your life. Now, the 6 of Wands sometimes means movement, as in forward movement, and you are either achieving something or doing something that brings you a step closer to what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes it's a little more literal, and it means you are actually moving from a place to another place. And I'm seeing that this is going to be a little bit of a difficult chapter in the beginning, only because there's going to be so much change that's going to happen in the beginning to kind of get you from that transitory phase of point A to point B. You're going to have to go out on your own a little bit. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to leave some things and some people behind you and go on a journey of self-discovery and kind of be self-sufficient and self-reliant for a little while. Maybe even a little bit more inclined to have alone time, because you're going to be coming into this new era where I keep seeing like a butterfly. So you're going to be essentially breaking things down so that you can emerge a completely different person in a new life, new chapter, a new era. This is the end of an era of your life. That is very definite here, and I am very much seeing that. We definitely see that too with the Fool, and then we have endings. This new era is going to bring you into a new era of harmony and balance and abundance. You're going to be coming into yourself in a way that you haven't yet. You're going to be stepping into a much more authentic version of yourself. You're going to be in a much more alignment with your masculine and feminine energies, because we have the moon and the sun here. And I'm also seeing that you are going to be coming into more harmony and balance with the other dual energies of yourself, which is really going to maximize your manifestation abilities and bring you to an elevated state of consciousness, of awakening, of understanding, of self-awareness, and of consciousness. If I didn't say that already, I might have said that already. Now, once this whole thing starts moving, and starts. You're going to feel a little uncertain about what to do, and you're going to kind of freeze up a little bit because of the amount of change that's going to be happening at one time and just the amount of things that are going to need to get done in order to get you in that transitory phase. You're going to be in a little bit of a denial period because this amount of change and these people or things or situations that you're going to leave behind is going to be painful. Even if for some of you, it's not going to be like a nasty thing. It's just going to be that you have to step out into the next era. So for some of you, for example, if you're moving, you may be leaving family behind. There's no nastiness about that. It's just that that's part of you stepping out and going somewhere else, is you have to leave certain things and people behind. It's a very hard lesson to learn, but it's something that you have to keep in mind as you go along, is that not everybody can come with you and not everybody wants to. Sometimes these journeys, because they are our own individual journeys, have to be taken alone. And so for those of you who are having to step out in a major way like that and kind of rebuild your castle, so to speak, elsewhere, it's going to be a bittersweet process. For some of you, I'm seeing you're going to be really excited about these prospects and these opportunities, but you're going to be really kind of sad and sort of stuck on having to leave the things that you're leaving behind. Remember that whatever and whoever is meant to be in your life, you can't lose. So try to look towards the future. Try not to get stuck in the past and freeze yourself up, because you have a lot to look forward to and there's going to be a lot of good things coming, but you got to kind of get through this transitory phase. Make sure that if you are having to leave people or things and stuff behind, that you give yourself ample time to mourn that, but that you work through that energy and you step forward into this new chapter with the new energy instead of working against it. Because there's already going to be a lot of chaos and a lot of confusion just simply because of the amount of change that's coming in, with just the different aspects of things that you're going to be dealing with in terms of setting up new aspects of your life. You know, if you're moving, that's like a lot of chaos and stuff in general because you're having to go through things and pack things and unpack things and whatever. There's going to be a little bit of that chaotic, stressful time. That's natural. But remember that all things ebb and flow. This transitory period is going to be a little frustrating, chaotic, confusing, stressful, maybe a bit sad and bittersweet. But the wheel is going to shift again and things are going to go back into balance. Things are going to rubber band back into the other direction. And so we're seeing that here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of juggling at first that you're going to have to deal with, but it's going to come back into balance and it's going to all work out for the best. I'm seeing very much that things are being divinely guided at this time with this big new era and this change. And so you don't really need to worry about some of these things you're worried about. They're going to be taken care of in divine timing, okay? This new era is not only bringing in new beginnings that you're going to need to kind of have a little bit of a leap of faith with, because you're going to need to step out of your comfort zone, but it's going to bring in and usher in not only a lot of balance and harmony and peace and healing, it's also going to bring in major wish fulfillments. These are things that you've been wanting to achieve for a long time. These are things that maybe you felt a bit stagnant in this last era, or you kept just working really hard to try to get to the next level and it was just a slug. It just was hard, it was difficult, it was slow. I'm seeing that this new era is not going to be that way. This new era is going to be ushering in a lot more fulfillment, a lot more abundance. You're going to be in more alignment, so your manifestation abilities are really going to take off here. And you're going to be coming into an era that's going to be a lot more fruitful, fulfilling, more balanced. You're going to have better people around you. You're going to have better opportunities. You're going to have better financial stability. You're going to have more creativity if you're a creative person. This is really going to be an era where you are really going to come into your own. You're going to step into your power in a way that you haven't before. But that's going to also require you to take some chances. You're going to have to roll the dice and take calculated risks. You're going to need to rely on your instincts and rely on yourself, because you've reached this tier now in your manifestation and your self-awareness where you can trust yourself a lot more. That being said, As you do that and you elevate your manifestation skills, we've talked about this in some previous readings here. As you elevate, the other aspects of things that you were really good at and your spiritual gifts and your spiritual awakening and your knowledge is going to need to elevate with it. You're going to have to step into new mindsets. You're going to have to do things a little bit differently. You're going to have to be a little unafraid to really step out of your comfort zone and take advantage of this time, because there's going to be a lot of opportunity, but you can't let yourself get stuck from fear or confusion or whatever. You have to be kind of decisive, and you're going to kind of have to charge ahead with calculated risks and taking those chances that are going to give you these opportunities to really bring in some major wish fulfillments. For those of you who are Aquariuses, in particular, I'm seeing that this era for you is going to be very important to your success, to your career, and to your overall happiness. Don't blow it. And what I mean by that is, don't blow it by letting these opportunities pass and being too afraid to step out and do the things that you are meant to be doing. Don't be too afraid to be the person that you know you can be and to reach your full potential here. Don't be afraid to do that. You've gone through a lot. You've managed to really build resilience. You've learned a lot of lessons through having to do things the hard way or having to go around the detours or go the slower routes. And that's taught you invaluable lessons that's really prepared you for this era and this moment. You are prepared. Don't pretend like you're not. Don't allow your negative thinking or your saboteur to trick you into thinking that you're not worthy or not worth what you are. You are fully prepared for this. The universe, like I said, this whole thing's divinely guided. The universe has been preparing you for this moment pretty much your whole life. This is your time. So take advantage of it. And I'm seeing for those of you who are Aquariuses, this is going to be even more important that you take advantage of this time, because I don't believe that it's going to pass you by, because I don't think that you can lose anything that you're meant to have, but it can delay things. If you're too afraid to really step out and really fully embrace this new energy in this new chapter and really build what you want for yourself, it's going to take you longer, and it's going to delay some of these major manifestations that you have coming in, because the universe is going to go, okay, they're not ready for this. So have a little bit of that, just like complete blind faith in the universe that things are going to work out. That doesn't mean go out and make dumb decisions and don't take calculated risks, but you are going to have to take more risks at this time than maybe you're comfortable with. But it's going to pay off as long as you do calculated risks and you step out of your comfort zone. The other thing is you have the not relationships. There are going to be relationships in your life that are very, very stable regardless of where you go. There's going to be relationships that you lose or that are going to be leaving to make place for better or more divine counterparts. Make sure that with all these things that are going on, that you make sure that you are still making time for your inner circle and the people who matter to you. Don't get so caught up in your career aspect or your money aspect of things that you lose sight of the balance between the important people in your life. This is going to be very, very important, because a lot of these relationships, these new ones that are coming in, are going to be very important to your long-term manifestation and your long-term wish fulfillment. And the ones from the past or the present that you currently have or that you've had for a while now, as long as the energy continues to be reciprocal, it's going to still be an important either lesson that you're going to need to take with you in this new era, or it's going to be an important relationship that's still going to highly influence this new era. So ensure that you are making that time for the people in your life who are important, and that you are really tying those knots tight so that your relationships are strong and stable, and that you have a strong and stable foundation for yourself, even if you're stepping out more on your own than you ever have, or than you have in a long time, or if you're stepping out in general. That's just a very big change to have to go through. And so you're really going to need to rely on your heavy, strong foundation of relationships. Now, with the skull and endings, you have to remember that with all endings, there are new beginnings. Nothing truly ends, because everything continues to move forward. So when one thing dies, so to speak, a new thing is born. And we see that with the plant that's coming out of the skull. Now, what's interesting here is that this is also a succulent. and we have succulents literally here. Succulents are known for being able to thrive in some of the harshest conditions. They're able to rely on themselves in a way that many other plants are not able to rely on themselves. So what I'm seeing here with that is that you've really learned a lot of the major lessons from your karma that you were meant to learn in previous cycles. This new era that's coming in, because you have to remember the Wheel of Fortune also has to do with karma. This new era that's coming in here is going to be a very big karmic balance. So if you have learned these lessons, which I'm seeing that you have between these two cards and the Star and the Magician, then you are going to be able to expect major blessings in this new era. Major blessings. And that's why I said you're going to be getting some major wish fulfillments. But make sure that you're not losing yourself in the process. And I think that's also why this knot in relationships is so important as well. We also have the 11 here. This actually says March 11th or September 11th. So that may be an important date for some of you. That could have an additional message to it. 11 is also a master number. It's a number that's saying that you are on the right path. You're being guided through this ending and this new beginning. Your angels and things are, and your guides and stuff are very much in line with this whole energy that's happening. There's a lot of things that are divinely guided, which also means there's going to be a lot of interesting coincidences that are going to be happening. There's going to be a lot of like divine intervention that's happening here. So make sure you're open to the help of your guides and your angels at this time, because they're really, one, going to help you through this transitory period. Two, they're going to help you with these wish fulfillments and stepping out and taking the right chances. But they're also going to be guiding you through this process. So make sure that you're staying present and you're paying attention to the messages that are coming in during this time, because they're really going to be helping you in terms of what to expect, how to deal with things, what guidance they need to give you, what you need to know in order to move forward. So this is your reading. And if it resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and comment in the comments down below. Your affirmation for this reading is, I am choosing to be brave and make the most of this new era of my life. I release my endings with grace and gratitude and step into this new beginning with new and renewed energy. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.